too late.
Okay, so as we begin, we're going to go over each other's C's and just give feedback to each other on what we wrote in our Google Docs. We're going to start off with cost.
Hi, I'm Cost. I'm Prachi. So for my C, I looked at the cost of retail, which I took different articles and just cost from different time periods, and I broke it down into past, present, and future. And in the past, you would go into a store and you would buy hand-stitched and hand-woven things. And it's just that the stuff that you bought back then was not made in factories. It was not made by machines. It was all handmade. So the cost of it was a lot more expensive. So stores had to actually hire people to sell them and to make everything. But today, on a digital side, you don't have people selling everything because you have a website doing that job for you. So the cost of retail has gone down.
Okay, so for what I have to say about cost, it has to actually do a lot with my C, which is customer. And like how you said, like a lot of customers are now, they come into the store and they know what they're buying already.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I believe Melissa writes on the Trello page on your thing about transparency. And I think a lot of stores like Target, I know, has an app that you can scan an item and it'll tell you any coupon that has any to do with that at all.
Uh-huh.
So price transparency has gotten a lot bigger now with technology. So I think that's a big thing.
And like price match guarantees,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
stuff. Okay.
That was my exact feedback too. Just focus on the price transparency, how people could decide not to buy something at $50 because they could find it on Amazon for $2-3.
On Amazon, yeah.
So just focus on that and maybe the sites that help people find the cheapest prices. So like Groupon for discounts, things like that.
Or like Hotwire and Kayak for hotels.
Okay.
Yeah, and exactly what they had said. And then the other point that I had was that I really liked the way that you broke down your structure. So you broke down the past, present, and future into subcategories, and it was so easy to follow. So like when you looked at like one, you could go to the exact same bullet point on like the present and compare it to the past, and get everything. And the only thing that I would look into was just explaining a little bit more about what it means for the consumer at the end.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
So next, culture, Jimmy.
So for culture, what I really did was I looked at how the culture of the retail industry has changed over time from the past to the present, and then what I think it'll be in the future, and how that has influenced the way that the store is driven and the way that things are looking and the way that the digital age is having an impact.
So this ties into both culture and customer, but I was saying that you should focus on how the consumer has become lazy and they don't want to actually go out and buy something. They want everything at their fingertips. So it's just like one click and done, like the Amazon, the one click and it's in your shopping cart, like it's coming to you. And also just showrooming how now you go to Home Depot or like anything and you say, oh, this looks good. I'll just go home and buy it on Amazon. So just like incorporating those.
Awesome.
Yeah, also to build off with the Amazon thing, Alexa is like a new personal shopper. So now technology has become everyone's personal shopper, and I think that's changing culture. Also, the influence we have from celebrities is so much more instant now with social media.
Just in terms of my feedback for culture, I'd say maybe focus on the actual layout of the store. So how maybe we won't have dressing rooms anymore because there's just going to be a mirror that's virtual and you could change your outfits like that. So just focus on things that are actually in the store that probably won't be there in the next few years.
Awesome.
Okay. My C is customer. I'm Carolina. And I was talking about how a customer used to have to go to a store and then they would look at stuff they would want and they'd go home, think about it, go back to the store. And now, and the salespeople would have a job of selling the product, kind of like what Praj was saying before. Like they would have the job of being knowledgeable in their subject and selling a product. And now customers know everything before they go into a store, if they're even going into a store. And then they're also online shopping more than anything else. And that really affects the culture because it's what we're doing. And it's just so much easier to buy things online on Amazon. I know I bought something on Amazon yesterday with Prime. So it's just so much easier that way.
Okay, one thing that you just spoke about Amazon right now and it reminded me. So Amazon has this thing called visual search and it's going to change the way that you buy things completely. So I look it up. I believe it's an app or maybe just a search engine. And one thing that I found was this, it was like the name for this type of customer. It's called omni-channel customers. or consumers, they're the ones who are constantly connected because they want like the best prices. They want to know about the best products. So they actually have a name. So maybe just research more into them.
That's really cool.
Going off of that, now customers know everything about a product, like everything there is to a product. So you can go online and look at Yelp, you can look at reviews, you can look at anything and know more about like who's actually more about the product than the person who's selling it to you knows about it.
And I think that's actually making people like make products more like
efficient.
well made and efficient. You can't cheat people as well.
The only other thing that I would just say is to bring up how the culture of retail has redefined who the customer is. Because like Prachi said, as we become more lazy as a shopper, the entire customer mindset has changed.
Yeah, and that ties in with the
Omni-channel?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last one is mine. My name is Melissa, and I did channel. So channel really touches upon supply chain, channels of distribution, how one product gets to the customer in whatever location. So I started off my Google Doc just doing a timeline of supply chain itself. So it really started in the 1830s, and I highlighted what they were using and where that is now. And right now, I broke it down into past, present, and future. Right now, in the present, they're using things like 3D printing, they're using robots, cloud computing, and these are just to streamline the whole channel distribution process to meet the demands of the customer and when they want their products.
So for yours, I know you talked about like how the product gets to the consumer. You should also talk about like the monthly subscription boxes.
Okay.
And I actually talked about that in my article, my blog post. And then also, I think you should make a timeline of how delivery has changed. So how it used to be normal to get, like, it would be fast if you got a product in 2 to 3 weeks. Whereas now that's like really slow, where you get products in hours with Prime.
Like 5 days.
Now free shipping is 5 days, whereas it used to be 2 to 3 weeks. So you should just talk about like that progress, and that ties into the whole lazy consumer.
And what it's
we
doing
don't
to
want
people,
to wait.
Yeah. Do you think I could also maybe explore like shipping costs? Like, have they risen throughout the years because people are on such short deadlines? So timelines. What about you?
So I had the same points that we talked about the timeline idea. However, the other thing that I said was that you had a lot of research and it was really well organized.
Yes.
The only thing that I would do when we move forward is just try and
consolidate.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna streamline the whole thing. Don't worry.
Good, because
because at least for me, I had no idea about like supply chain or anything. So
so like and like it was really great to be able to read all of it and to be able to understand it just like you had understood it.
Yeah.
But as you're moving forward, especially if we're gonna like try and add in like the extra timeline, just try and consolidate your background information. But other than that, everything else was touched upon.
Yeah, it was really good. I just spoke a little about how like there's like the brick and mortar stores are kind of going down, and like online shopping, and I just explained that one article with how Cyber Monday is taking away from Black Friday, and it's actually like Cyber Monday is becoming available on Thanksgiving Thursday, so it's like Thursday, Cyber Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday instead of Black Friday. So
that's good.
Good job, team.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
So moving forward, we're gonna go to the future, right?
So moving forward, we'll start working on the future, and we're gonna update our Google Docs as well as create a video scribe for each C that's gonna have the consolidation of our information with our feedback.
So keep in touch with retail until then.
Follow us by using our tags, Retail Disruption and Shop Till We Disrupt.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
See you soon.